them to be. So I love to talk from the biblical perspective, where the scripture says that train up the child the way he should go, so that when he grows, he will not depart from it. So it is taking care. So there are two things. You are nurturing, that means you are feeding, protecting, and all those stuff. Then there is the instruction or training, where you teach or instruct children on the path they should take, so that they will be able to fit into society as they grow and discover their passion, discover their purpose, and everything you can think about. It is the responsibility of parents to guide them towards that process. So that's parenting. Okay. It's a process.
It's a process.
Yes.
Now let's delve back to these days. When I say these days, some say what they are dead, Gen Zs.
Yeah.
So how has parenting changed over the times? Maybe it's your time and now, and even now that we've started having children. How has the nature of parenting changed, and how parents can do better depending on the kind of children that they are parenting?
All right. Parenting has changed in a lot of ways. You know, growing up in a traditional African setting, you know, parenting is a communal thing, where we have the extended family helping you, and even a community helping you raise your child. That has actually changed. Now it is an individual thing, where mother, father, children, nuclear system, and it is the parent, the immediate parent, or possibly the caregivers, be it elder siblings or nannies and stuff, that take care of the parent. But so that has basically changed, where it used to be a communal thing. That has changed. That is one basic thing I've noticed that has changed. Then also, one other thing that has changed basically has to do with modernity or industrialization. You know, we used to have subsistence farming, and it's a communal thing where we all go to the farm, and now children go to school, parents have to go and look for white-collar jobs, go to the office, and early in the morning, and come back late. Children don't have access to their parents anymore. So a lot of things have changed in that perspective. Yeah. And now we have social media raising our children, technology, AI, YouTube. But that's what is raising our children now. You know, so those are some basic things that have changed.
Let's narrow it down to Africa or Ghana.
Okay.
What is the perspective of that kind of parenting? You've touched a bit on that, where the community raised the child, but now it's a bit different. We are still in Africa, we are still in Ghana. What are we missing? Because based on what you've seen, what you've experienced, what can parents do to become better parents, looking at the caliber of kids we are now raising?
All right, so now we are raising, actually, when we were growing up, they say we're paracetamol children. Hey. These children are now Modaiquine.
Paracetamol, I never heard that.
You know, we have chloroquine. And
yes, okay, I think some of us are the chloroquine children.
Yeah, okay, so what is happening now is that the kind of children we are raising now, they are a different breed. They are technologically advanced. Give a phone to a 2-year-old, he or she could navigate through the phone.
True.
Those two of us who were born before computer, we are still adjusting to even using the phone. So that is what has actually, that's the breed of children we are raising now. So children must balance, parents must balance the cultural values or the cultural perspective of raising children to the modern perspectives.
Okay.
And it's very important, because whether we like it or not, once you take your child to school, he or she is exposed to different views, different perspectives, and then is influenced by some of these things that we read in books, we watch on the TV, and everything you can think about. So there are all sorts of influences that are raising our children now, which used not to be the case.
And now in the schools, when kids are on vacation, parents are not happy.
Yeah.
They want their kids to spend more time in the school than at home. And I think that has also increased the, let me say, negative effects on the kids. Unless you have a very good school that also prioritizes cultural values and trying to implement these things on the kids. Now, let's take it one by one. I want us to look at now things have changed. What is the better way of communication to kids? At first, your mother looks at you and you understand what she's trying to say. At first, when like you are in the home and you are having a visitor, and once the visitor is entering, the atmosphere, you can't sit there. But now you have kids where they are visitors, and you see, I'm like, Charlie, if you were born at, so how do parents, or how can parents communicate effectively with their children to become better children? Okay,
so it's very important for us to know that there's a proverb actually in Ewe. It means it's only the eye you use to speak to a child.
Okay.
So your mother gives you an eye sign, you know that this is what it means. Either get up and move, or if you don't take your time, you receive some lashes or stuff like that. But these days, those things, those non-verbal communications don't help.
Work on children.
Yeah.
You look like, mommy, something in your eye, but you're trying to communicate.
So you would have to speak and explain exactly what you want them to do, your expectation. Don't assume that because you gave an instruction, they understood it. No. You have to explain and give them specifically what you would want them to achieve. So that is the kind of children we are raising, where a general statement doesn't help. You got to be specific and make sure that whatever you expect them to do, is well communicated to them.
Okay.
So they must understand the instruction and be willing to carry out the instruction.
Okay.
Without that, we are not communicating.
Okay.
Yeah.
We grew up not being friends with our parents.
Okay.
It was basically, do this.
Do that.
Your school fees. Come. You couldn't even hug your parents, unless very, very few homes. But now we are encouraged to build friendship with our children, so that they can trust us and talk to us than to talk to other people. How do we build trust with our children so that they can believe what we say?